Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another mixed Manny chat. Before we get started, I thought I'd go through some of the pictures from this week's fun. So, we took my nieces, Amalika, Lois, and Benjamin, with Mama Carla, Panda Bear, and myself to go see Inside Out 2. So if you saw my last video, you saw my Inside Out 2 inspired mixed Manny there. But here's anger and sadness. That is Panda Bear and me on the little icy machine at the theater, which I'm really stoked about. And then the kids posing in front of the Inside Out poster. Of course, had to have that. But there are my nails. I took some nailfies of last week's mixed Manny, and these represented all the emotions: disgust, fear, anger, joy, and sadness. And then the new ones, we've got envy. Wow, what was it called? Ennui. Is ennui the boredom? Whatever boredom is, that's that one. Embarrassment. And then we've got anxiety right there. And then after the movies, we did coloring. These are my little coloring sheets that I did. That is Amalika. She's 5. She did that one, but she also did on the back her own interpretation of ennui and disgust. And this is Lilith's coloring pages right there. We also did nails. So we totally did nails the last week after the movies. And then I got this awesome nail file that I wanted to show off because Kelly Marissa on YouTube, I watch her for her nail polish reviews and stuff. One of her old videos had this nail file that I got off Amazon. I just love the saying, but first, coffee. So, had to have that. Went on dinner with managers this week. Got a really cool sand dabs, a drink with gin in it. That is some Pinot Grigio and Mexican coffee, which I've never had before and I absolutely loved. It's got tequila and Kahlua apparently. I didn't know. It just sounded good. I made Hong Kong style spam and egg ramen for the little ones to try out, and so that's them trying it out while Uncle Panda Bear is watching on. And then of course I did their nails yet again. Of course Lilith, whenever I do her nails, she just peels them off like that same day, which is fine, you know, I got the picture, so that's all that really needs to happen. But Amalika, look at her. She did all this. This was what she wanted, and it is just so cute. Let me bring it up closer for you guys to see. She is super artistic, that one. Alright, but we are here to do my nails. And so this week I wanted something simple, but also really I had to do Curtain Call. So Curtain Call is this one that came out. Color Street's having their 7th anniversary, and they had these awesome glitters that came out, and Curtain Call was my absolute favorite. So this is Curtain Call. I wanted to show you guys really quick the comparison. This is Raise Your Voice, which was a foundation set that was for, what was it for? Was it domestic violence? That set is my, one of my unicorn sets. I was able to get my hands on it, and I absolutely loved it. So when I saw Curtain Call, I thought, oh my gosh, that reminds me so much of Raise Your Voice. But if you look at them together, you can see that it's different, but still similar. So I wanted to show you guys that. I've been hanging on to this forever. I don't want to use it, but I know that in using the leftovers for my nieces, that some of them dry out, if I leave them too long. So hoping those are still good. And then Less Bitter, More Glitter was one of my very first Color Street sets that I purchased. And of course I got my hands on more of them because I believe they re-released it not that long ago. But this is Less Bitter, More Glitter, and that's compared to Curtain Call. But I'm not going to use Less Bitter, More Glitter, or Raise Your Voice. I am just going to use Curtain Call, and I'm going to put that over Pink Cashmere. So I've been waiting for a very long time to use Pink Cashmere. I knew I didn't want to wear it by itself, but I'm thinking that that's going to make an awesome combination. So let's get to it. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I am Wendy, born and raised in California, so thus Wendy from Cali, and I just love doing my nails and chit-chatting about life. So if you're into that, keep watching. If you're not, plenty of other content on YouTube for you. And if you've never heard of Color Street before, Color Street is 100% nail polish that's dried strips. They're like 97% dry, and you basically just stick them on like stickers, but they're not stickers. They're literally like nail polish. And so what's amazing with these, especially if you have, they're not meant for children, but if you have, you know, young children that like getting their nails done, Color Street's absolutely awesome if they will actually stick to the kids' nails. On my nieces, at least Amalika, it sticks to her nails really well. She can keep a mani on for like 2 weeks. I've seen her do before. Her sister, Lilith, not so much. But she also likes to pick at things, so that's probably why. But yeah, no dry time. Of course, you probably don't want to sink your hands in like a tub of water. Like, don't take a bath or do dishes after you just done your nails. But other than that, like you could run your hands through your hair after putting the nails on. Like, they're on there, they're dry. But yeah, you want to give it a little bit of time to cure, about like half an hour or so. Some folks say to do them right before you go to bed, but I like sleeping on my hands, and I end up with like little like indentations in my nail polish. So I typically don't do my nails right before bed. So I am actually headed to Legoland tomorrow with my sister Michelle and her kids and Panda Bear. And I am so excited because I've been wanting to go to Legoland forever. Like, forever. Like, I don't know when Legoland opened, but I've been wanting to go since it opened. And I've never really had the opportunity to do so, because I heard that Legoland's very much like for like the younger kids crowd. And so I don't have children, so I was not about to go all by myself as an adult with Panda Bear. I was like, we got to take our nieces and nephew somehow, and the opportunity came, and so I'm so stoked and excited to be going to Legoland with my nephew Calvin and niece Lorelei. So more to come about that on my next Mixed Mani chat, I'm sure. Talk all about it, but let's talk about what's already happened. So what has already happened, we took the kiddos to go and could turn the music down just a smidge, to the movie theaters for the very first time. That was Amalika's first time in a movie theater. Lilith's first time too in a movie theater, but on one of her field trips, she did watch a movie like on a screen and all of that. So not as like unfamiliar with a whole theater setting for her. And then Benjamin, we've taken him to the theaters before. He went to go see Super Mario with Uncle and Auntie way back when it came out. So yeah, but it was really awesome to be able to share with Amalika and Lilith their very first experience in the theater. And we plan on taking them to the theaters again with their best friend Allison and her family to go see Despicable Me 4. So that's in the works for right after Independence Day. So that's kind of telling of how well they did in the theater when we went to go see Inside Out 2. They surprised me because I thought it was going to be a disaster because Amalika's only 5 And you know, kids, they love to talk. Like, we were testing them at home, trying to get them to watch movies, and the new generation's just very, like, their attention span's not there. They love scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through YouTube Shorts, YouTube Kids, watching really short, like, episodes of stuff. They're not used to sitting through an hour and a half, 2 hours for a movie. And, you know, Disney movies, Disney animated movies, I should say, back in the days were only like 75 minutes long. So that's telling of, you know, kids just don't really sit still for long enough for movies. But it got to the point where we were like, oh, I think they're ready. And they definitely were. But the kids had so much fun eating a ton of popcorn. Amalika drank almost 3 ices. Uncle had to go get refill for her. It's crazy. Don't know where she puts it. She's so tiny. And yeah, just fun time. And if all things play out right, we'll be dressing up as the Inside Out characters, the emotions, for Halloween. So that will be so much fun. Panda Bear and I dressed up as anger and sadness when the first movie had come out almost a decade ago. Yeah, very excited to do a reprisal of those characters for us. Is that gonna stick very well? It feels like it's lifting a little bit. I didn't put anything, so I did clean my nails, but I didn't put anything as a base because I wanted to just put Color Street on, and I haven't done that in a while. I usually will use the Color Street nail strengthener as a base, or the Ridge Filling Nail Primer as a base. But today I was like, no, I want to just see how they wear without any base. So technically Color Street, when you buy them, they come with an alcohol pad for you to kind of clean off your nails of any excess oils. And then they also come with a nail file so that you can just file them down. So you just stick, file, and go. But I usually do nail prep on my nails beforehand. Now, I have done the whole stick and go before, like when I'm on vacation, and on a road trip, I will, as passenger princess, do my nails in the car because, one, Color Street doesn't have that strong nail polish smell. It does smell like nail polish, but it doesn't smell strong, like a bottle of nail polish. But it's not as messy to do the nails in the car versus using a bottle of nail polish in the car. And that's actually, if you know the history of Color Street and the founder, Fa Park, that's what sparked his idea of creating these nail polish strips. Was he was in New York in the 80s, way back in the late 1900s. And he saw a woman trying to do her nails while being chauffeured around, and she was doing one, blowing on the nails, waiting for it to dry, and he was like, there's got to be an easier way for women to be able to do their nails on the run. And so years later, decades later, here we are, Color Street. But yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know the whole history of Color Street. That's just what stuck out in my mind when I heard the story. So yeah. And Fa Park, the founder, he's also really loves to sing opera. Is what he originally came to New York to pursue, I guess, from Korea. I think that's the story. Anyways. But yeah. I want to get my nails done. A little more toned down, even though glitter is not exactly toned down. But I wanted to do that because I have 2 client meetings for work that I have. So Legoland and then 2 client meetings. Like, yeah, originally I had taken the day off after Legoland to like rest, but couldn't pass up meeting with clients for work. That's really important. And so I took away my day off. But yeah. But in preparations for everything, for being able to be out on Monday, meant that this whole weekend has been me trying to like make sure everything's set up for success for Monday. And so there's a lot to be done for work and personally. I gotta finish packing before we head out. So it's one of those where it's like, okay, time is of the essence. And so doing Color Street is a great way to cut down on that dry time. So I'm doing laundry because my pops, of course, he doesn't ever throw his dirty laundry in a hamper, with the exception of his undergarments. And so I asked him this morning, are there any clothes that you want to wear for today and tomorrow that need to be washed? And so making sure to take care of my pops, and yeah, lots to do. My mom's already headed out because she went to my brother's house. My brother was going to pick up my sister and her kids from the airport, and so my mom already went, but she gave us a long laundry list. Haha, laundry. Not really laundry list. Long list of things that we need to make sure to pack and bring with us. So after I do my nails, I need to go make sure everything is gathered up and ready to go. And then, of course, I need to log back into work because I was working yesterday and the computer access just went poo-poo on me and I had to stop. And so a little bit frustrating there because I was hoping to just have to do work just the one weekend day before heading out for Legoland tomorrow. But nope, still got a little bit more work to be done. That's okay. We make it work. Tim Gunn, Project Runway, make it work. But yeah. Okay. This hopefully will stick better once I put curtain call over it, because right now it's looking like it's going to lift. And I don't know why, because the pink cashmere set is not that old. Maybe my nails are still oily. I did help Panda Bear with his toes. So he has this one particularly gnarly toenail that's grown super thick because he injured that toe like way long ago, before we even started dating even. And it's like hard as a rock and it's like super thick. And so, and also when he cuts his toenails, he doesn't take the time to like file them or anything like that. So then sometimes the sharpness of the cut toenails will stab into his foot when he's running or running errands, and cause blisters. And so took care of him today before he had to go run errands. And then here I am now doing my nails, because we got to have our nail time. We got to have our me time, because that is really important. And doing my nails is usually like the best way for me to unwind. Okay, before I forget to do this, let's make my nail stick. Shout out to Tara Stoddard, who I first saw do this with Color Street. Stick it on a nail stick so that you kind of know like what sets you've used, and you're able to like compare and contrast, you know, when you're trying to see if you're doing the same set again and mixing and matching and stuff like that, you can kind of see how they'll look like prime example. Let me grab a glitter tip really quick just to show you guys. So there's pink cashmere, throwing that "we're meant to we" over it. You can kind of see what that French would look like, which looks amazing actually. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I should be doing that. But yeah, that is what I love doing that nail stick for. So back to what we were doing though, until I went off on a tangent. I sometimes do that. Okay, here we go. But yes, it's been a whirlwind of a week, and I'm definitely looking forward to one day of escape, which is Legoland. So yeah. But my sister will be in town for the full week. I just won't be hanging with her the full week because I've got work. But it was funny because yesterday when I was working, she sent me a text and was like, "You busy?" And I'm like, I sent her a text back going, "What's up?" And so she called me and was reminding me, thank goodness, reminding me that I promised to babysit her kiddos Friday evening, starting at 5 p.m. And I was like, holy cow, I completely forgot. Panda Bear didn't forget, but he didn't put it on our calendars, so I completely forgot. So I had to make sure to mark it on my calendar and make sure that I get off of work in time so that we can go and babysit, because there's a bit of travel involved. It's not just down the street. So yeah. But she reminded me and I was like, okay, will do. So yeah. And it was right around that time too when the computer, when I was doing some work, decided to say, "Nah, you're not working anymore. You're done. It's over. Like, time's up. Stop it. You need to go visit your other sister." So yeah. With that said, Panda Bear and I went and visited with Mama Carla and the kiddos yesterday as well. So yeah, you know, gotta get in those visits before not being able to visit until the following weekend. But yeah. My sister said she was gonna bring me a sourdough starter that she had gotten in, you know, where she lives in Utah, and it's like hundreds of years old, I want to say is what she had said. And I'm like really excited about that because I want to compare it to the sourdough starter that I created from scratch at home. So I hope that the sourdough starter that she's bringing me survives the trip, because she said she was just going to stick it in her carry-on, no, not in her carry-on, in her checked luggage, and hope that it survives. I was told that sourdough starters are pretty resilient once they're like created. So yeah, just hoping. I want to make 2 loaves of sourdough bread, one with my sourdough starter and one with the one she's bringing me, so that we can compare. So that is going to be one of my goals for the week before we hang out with my sister again at the end of the week, on the weekend. Hopefully bring some bread for everyone to taste test. Speaking of taste testing, so I am signed up for Influencer. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's like this app or this website or whatever that if you sign up and you like write reviews for things and stuff like that, and you take quizzes, well, not quizzes, I should say surveys, not quizzes, but if you take surveys and you fit what they're looking for a certain product, they send it to you like for free for you to like try it out and decide, you know, to write a review. Well, you have to write a review, but decide whether or not you like it or not is the most important thing. And so they sent me some instant coffee from Folgers that is looking very delicious because it's like flavored. So I'm going to bring that with me and leave it with my sister, Michelle, so that she can taste test, and so that my brother, Tony, and his family can taste test. Like, we can all taste test it together today, and then leave it with my sister for the week, so that she can drink some if she wants. If not, then when we return at the weekend, we can continue drinking it ourselves. But I'm excited to taste test all of that. But for now, I've got my coffee that I've made, which is actually leftover coffee from last night. So I had made a pot of coffee before leaving to Mama Carla's house, and it was not all fully completed. Like, we didn't finish drinking it all before leaving the house, and so I just basically reheated it today, because in this household we do not waste food, especially coffee. So we always will reheat it and drink it. Panda Bear is adamant we do not put any of it down the sink. And so that's what we do. So yeah, I made him his thermos of coffee this morning, and I made myself my thermos of coffee. But I didn't make a pot of coffee because we weren't going to be around the whole day to drink it. And plus, I want everyone to try the instant Folgers coffee that I need to write a review for. And so what better way than for a family gathering to have everyone taste test coffee, the ones that do drink coffee, that is. So what do you guys think of the background music? I found this as a recommendation because I do listen to channels that have like this music. Hopefully it's copyright free so that I don't get another copyright, whatever. I don't really understand YouTube because I'm a small channel. I started out, I had like 18 followers or subscribers or whatever, that were like mostly my friends and family. But you guys have liked, subscribed, shared, and I'm at like over 200 now. What? How is that even possible? I don't even know. Like, in real life, in person, I don't even know 200 people. So thank you. I guess doing my nails and chit-chatting about life is helpful or entertainment for some. I know I like doing these little vlog type videos because I want to be able to like look back and go, hey, what was happening when I did Curtain Call with Pink Cashmere? Oh yeah, I talked about Inside Out 2, I talked about Legoland and how I'm excited to go. Like, it's fun to be able to look back. So I know that I got my inspiration from watching YouTube channels that were doing their nails with Color Street. So shout out to Stacy Adams, and I already shouted out Tara Stoddard, but their two channels were the ones that sparked me into wanting to do my own videos of doing nails and just chit-chatting about life. And so yeah. But I follow so many different like channels here on YouTube about Color Street and about nails, and I even follow weird channels like Shane Dawson and all of that. Tati, if you're into beauty gurus, Tati Westbrook is one I like to follow. Although I haven't been using makeup that much anymore ever since the pandemic. Surprisingly, during the pandemic, I was using a lot more makeup because I had more time to actually do my makeup. So yeah, now it's like get up and go, like, you know. But I have to relearn how to do my makeup really quickly because for those client meetings, I definitely need to be presentable, and makeup does help. So yeah, gotta learn to do that quick. But I was going to, so my hair, during the pandemic, I had bleached it and dyed it purple because we were all working remotely and not having to see clients. And so being presentable and professional was not something I had to do. And so not only did I dye my hair purple, but I also used to do really outrageous, like wild eye makeup, because if you're wearing masks, everyone only sees your eyes. And so it's like, that's the focus, your eyes. And so I would do like wild and crazy like eye do's, because when I did have to go into the office when we were working remotely, it was like literally just me and one or two other coworkers of mine. So nobody really would see it. And so I would play around with makeup a lot more. So fast forward to now. So I'm letting my hair grow back out, and I've decided I no longer want to color it. I'm going to let the grays hang out. I'm going to let the bleached hair finally grow out and chop it all off one day. But the problem with that is that not very presentable for client meetings, is it? With this wannabe ombre that looks ghetto. Yeah, and then I cut side bangs that are growing out that I need to get trimmed. But of course, when it's client meetings that I've like learned about, like with only about a week's notice, all of the people that I go to, the hairdresser that I normally would go to, all booked until like mid-July. So I'm like, shoot. So I'm just gonna put my hair up in a bun because that's all that I can do at this point. And just be like, F it, what does it matter anyways? We are just going to present something and go to lunch, and that's it. So why do I need to even worry so much? So I know I'm making it a bigger deal than it is. It really isn't that big of a deal. But I already picked out my outfits for the 2 meetings so that when I return from Legoland, it's not a mad rush to try to figure out what still fits, that's professional and presentable and all that. Now I just have to figure out like the makeup look that's going to be a 5-minute makeup look so that I can just do it really quickly in the morning before heading to the office, because I do the opening shift. So I am up way early and I got to be at the office by 6 a.m. even though the meetings are not until, lunchtime. So that is the goal today before anything else, is to time myself doing my makeup and see if I can do a 5-minute makeup look that's presentable. So lots to do today before heading out to see family, but we are here for the challenge. So Independence Day is fast approaching. We are almost at the end of June. I absolutely cannot believe that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pause for one beautiful moment to look at these cute pinkies. Oh, I'm so glad I put something underneath it. So I was tempted to wear curtain call all by itself, but I wanted a mixed mani and I wanted something underneath it. And I'll tell you, this morning I was up super early because, again, I'm doing laundry, making sure that laundry is done and hung out to dry in this hot, humid weather before anything else. And I tried using this finger paint, but this is like a decade old, older than a decade actually, because I got that nail polish before Panda Bear and I started dating. So, I thought, oh, maybe it'll still work. Streaky as F. So I was like, oh, I think I have something that's similar in Color Street. I'm just going to use all Color Street. And so that's where we landed with the pink cashmere under curtain call. And I'm loving it. Okay, let's finish off though, because I am talking way too much. Way too much. especially when time is ticking and I don't want a super long video, and I gotta go make sure that the laundry is doing okay, gather all my stuff. Lots to do, lots to do. So, but yeah, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day whenever you end up watching this. I am going to post it on Sunday Fun Day, but not everyone watches the videos right when they are posted. I get that, because I always am so far behind watching videos when I tune into like Stacy Adams or Kelly Marissa when I watch her like nail polish reviews. But yeah. Anywho, I don't know if you guys can see this, if the camera's picking it up, but there's this really amazing purple flash that's coming off of Curtain Call. I mean, this might be my all-time favorite set, Curtain Call, and that's saying a lot, because in the past, my all-time favorite set was Bloody Gorgeous, and there were a couple others that were like my coveted unicorn sets that, because I didn't learn about Color Street when it first came out in 2017, I only learned about it in 2021 when my cousin Jennifer invited me to her Color Street nail party, now called Beauty Socials, and so there were a lot of sets that came out before my time, and I used to pay buku bucks for sets that were retired, and then I realized, what am I doing? Like, they're always going to come out with new stuff. Why am I looking to the past? Let's just stay in the present. Whatever's available is what's available. But Curtain Call, if you haven't gotten this, I highly recommend. Click below if you don't have a Color Street stylist. My sister-in-law, Carla, is a Color Street stylist. Get that set before it sells out. I had purchased 2 of them, and now I'm like, oh, maybe I need to purchase more. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, one of my favorites. Of course, obviously, if you don't like the blues and the purples, it's not going to be your thing. But for me, it's absolutely the best glitter dipped set that Color Street has come out with. And that's saying a lot, because I really loved Less Bitter, More Glitter, as well as Raise Your Voice. Raise Your Voice was one of those sets where I paid a decent amount of money to get that one, because it came out before my time, and I really loved it. But now, Curtain Call is definitely that set. So I'm excited. I might actually have to try it just by itself without anything under it next time, just to see what that would look like. But that is beautiful. I realize that I'm likely going to have to use the flax bag. So Stacy Adams makes these flaxseed bags, and you heat it up in the microwave for like about a minute, and it allows to add heat to your fingernails, which help the Color Street set cure on your fingers. So I think I might have to do that, because I'm seeing that pink cashmere doesn't want to lay down. It doesn't want to stay down. It doesn't want to lay down flat. So, but yeah, the heat from the flaxseed bags will help with that. So even though it's hot and humid here in SoCal, I'm gonna have to deal with that, because I want to make sure this mani lasts at least half the week, if not the full week, for Legoland, for the client meetings. I would love to have this last the whole week, maybe even through to next weekend. But because I'm going to be doing my, speaking of which, I'm going to be doing my niece Lorelai, she's 3. I'm going to be doing her nails with this petite set called Coral Gardens. So shout out to Shannon Paetzel for having that available for me. I am going to do her nails. She absolutely loves getting her nails done. She is the most patient well-behaved child when it comes to getting her nails done. She'll literally just sit there, no complaints at all, very still, and let Auntie do her thing. And oh, I'm so looking forward to seeing her today and doing her nails, because it's going to be so much fun. So yes, if you can't tell how excited I am so excited. So yeah, I can't wait. But I'm gonna do her nails so she can look so pretty when we go to Legoland. Yeah. And then I'm very excited at Legoland. So if you pay, I think it was $14.99, you get to make 3 custom Legos. And I'm gonna make one of Panda Bear, one of me, and then one of my dog Buddha, because we are a family of 3, not counting the rents, my parents. But if I could only make 3, it's gonna be Panda Bear, Buddha, and me. So yes, that is exciting. And I think my sister is allowing her kids to also do the build 3 custom Legos too. So we get to take our little custom Legos all around Legoland. And I think Legoland has an aquarium too, which my nephew Calvin is in love with aquariums. He loves sea life. I can totally see him being a marine biologist one day. He's just such a smart kid. I think at age 5, I don't think he's turned 6 yet, but he loves dinosaurs and sea life. Megalodon was his big favorite for a long time. And yeah, can't wait to see Calvin too. And I get to see my niece Emmeline. And I always say my niece Emmeline's my favorite niece because she was my very first niece. so yeah, I get to see Emmeline and Maximus too. It's gonna be so much fun. The whole family together. My immediate family will be together. So that's gonna be awesome. All right. Last but not least, do I want to use, I think I'm going to use the big one. Biggest ones. Sometimes it's hard because I'm like an in-between. I can sometimes make this one work. This one's a little too big. But if I have to do it, I will go too big and just cut off pieces because I want to make sure it fully covers my nails. But you'll hear folks that use Color Street have different tips and tricks. Some even say to like use the smaller of them and kind of stretch it out a little bit, because you don't want the color, what you don't want is the Color Street to be touching your skin, because if it touches your skin, it's going to lift. It only adheres to nails. Also, if your nails are like super dry and brittle, it's likely going to chip. And it's not the nail strips that are chipping, it's your actual nail that's chipping off. Like little flakes of your, like layers of your nail that's chipping off. And then of course the polish is going to come with it, because that is adhered to that part of the nail. So I make sure to use cuticle oil, lotion, like all the time. And that's, I was trying to explain that to my other nieces, Amalika and Lilith, especially Lilith, because she has a hard time where her polishes, or Color Street for that matter, will chip off her fingers like really like easily. And I keep telling her, hey, it's your diet. You need to eat right and you need to use lotion and all of that. Make sure to stay hydrated. And so yeah, she's also one of those like ones that like picking at stuff, so her nails come off pretty quick, which is fine because I typically don't use brand new sets on Lilith and Amalika, knowing that, you know, they will pick it off. Lorelai, she, like I said, is the most well behaved and she doesn't pick at her nails, so I typically will use a brand new set on her, only because I know how much she loves it. On the last vacation when we went to Moab, I I did both her fingers and her toes. Now, mind you, I don't usually do toes. I hate feet. I'm not a fan of feet. I do my own toes, and I'll do Panda Bear's because I love him and I don't want him to go to a nail salon and get it done by some other person. I don't want anyone touching his feet except me and him, and that's it. And if that's possessive, fine. I don't care. But he feels the same way. And so I don't like feet, but I will do Lorelei's, especially after she's like already showered and stuff. Like if she wants Auntie to do her toesies, I will do them. And I will make this Coral Gardens fit on both her feet and her fingers because she has the tiniest little fingernails because she's only 3. So anyways. Alright, I gotta do some cleanup work on this, but this is the final look. And I am here for it. I love it. Obviously, I need to get some of that off of the skin there to make sure it doesn't lift, and I'm going to use the flaxseed bag to help adhere and cure the nails down a bit more, but I'm not going to do that on camera because that's just going to waste your time. So if you watched all the way through to this video, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, share it with friends that you know will like it, and yeah, I'll be here for you guys next time with another either Manny chat or mixed Manny chat with lots to talk about because going to Legoland. So with that said, if you watched all the way through, let's have the peace sign emoji because it's going to be such a peaceful week. I'm putting it out into the universe that is what I am wanting, and that is what's going to happen this week. Despite all the crazy work and all the craziness that we're all dealing with right now, I am wishing for peace. So peace emoji down below if you don't know what to comment. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Peace.